Well, unprecedented changes in this presidential race are changing the trajectory. Fox 43's Marshall Keeley is joining us now with what the polls are showing and why Pennsylvania will play a key role, of course, in the outcome.
Amy, President Biden's poll numbers have been sliding since the first presidential debate and signaling former President Trump may have been in the driver's seat. But a shakeup at the top changed the race, which polling shows is essentially a statistical tie right now. Vice President Harris and former President Trump are turning their attention to the Commonwealth, knowing it could be the key to victory.
A new face brings a new energy to the Democratic Party.
There was practically no enthusiasm for Democrats and a lot of excitement for Republicans. And now that gap is gone.
It's really created some momentum. You can see it in donors. You can see it in volunteers. You can even see it in internet memes.
Polling numbers show Vice President Harris has a small 1-point lead over former President Trump in the race for the White House.
The people who were unhappy with both Donald Trump as a candidate and Joe Biden, that number went from 20 to 8.
It comes as former President Trump sets his sights on Harrisburg, returning to the Keystone State for the first time since the attempted assassination in western Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Harris is expected to appear in Philadelphia next week as both candidates eye crucial electoral votes.
For the Republicans, Pennsylvania would be nice to have. For the Democrats, it's almost essential to have.
The candidates are being strategic when it comes to choosing their rally locations. Former President Trump is appearing in Harrisburg, hoping to rally up support from rural voters in central Pennsylvania. Harris is making a stop in Philadelphia, a longtime Democratic stronghold that Biden won by significant margins in 2020. Trump and Biden were separated by just 80,000 votes in 2020, meaning each candidate will need significant support from their bases to win Pennsylvania.
As Harris prepares to announce her running mate next week, polls show dwindling support for Trump's VP pick, Senator J.D. Vance.
So I would expect Vance to play a softer role.
While a number of names are circulating on the Democratic side, Harris may not look far to find her pick.
A choice like a Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania suggests that she's looking for a moderate voice in her administration to balance her perhaps more progressive instincts.
Now, Shapiro won Pennsylvania in 2022 by more than 700,000 votes, a model Democrats will no doubt try to replicate in November. Amy?
All right, Marshall, what do you think we can actually expect to hear from the former president tonight at his rally in Harrisburg?
Yeah, the political experts I spoke to say it will likely be a continuation of the messaging he's been sticking with for the duration of the campaign. That includes inflation, conservative cultural values, and immigration. And coming up in the next half hour, I'll break down a recent Trump campaign claim about Harris's record on that very topic.
All right, Marshall Keeley reporting. Thanks so much.